Brought to you by Envision Clothing Company. Use my code Kelly10 for 10% off of your next purchase. Thank you. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Alright, it's Empire Universe, another episode, and welcome back, Elijah.
It's good to be back. Thank you.
Yeah, man, it's like, I think the last podcast I had was with you, right?
I think so. I don't know. You haven't had another person on since then, or
I don't
been
think
busy?
so. I think you were the last guy, and then I think I had some people lined up, and then I think things just didn't work out, and I think that just kind of what happened, and I was like, man, I feel like doing a podcast, but I was gonna do one by myself, but I guess I decided not to. It's just like I had some stuff on my mind, but I felt it would have been easier to just do it with another person. And I knew that you like to do podcasts, and I was like,
Oh yeah.
well, let's bring up good old Elijah and be like, hey, old sport, what's up?
So what's been on your mind there, Luke?
Um, Not so much like, oh, I guess, yeah, on my mind. I put a post on Instagram yesterday, and it was about Keanu Reeves.
the the new symbol of Christ now.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, and quite frankly, I know you're kind of probably joking, but like, I don't know. I kind of take that seriously because he is like Christ. So I don't know. Keanu Reeves, like, I never found him to be the greatest actor in the world. But so I guess like everyone was going crazy about all the John Wick movies, right? And I was like, I don't know what's a big hype. Well, I just watched John Wick for the first time, the first one. Actually, no, sorry, that's a lie. I watched a little bit of the first one at work. It just happened to be on TV, and I just kind of watched it here on and off. And then I actually watched the whole thing from start to finish like yesterday, and it was like a freaking awesome movie. It makes like the do you know Jason Bourne, the Jason Bourne
I've never
series?
watched the Jason Bourne series, but I know what they are.
Okay. What's another action like? I was gonna say Taken, but Taken's more a different subject, and that's more of like a different kind of
Is
action movie.
is Jason Bourne like sort of a James Bond type deal? Like, is he a
Yeah,
spy or is he?
he's more like the James Bond. The John Wick, I would consider it more like he used to be maybe like I'm not sure
An
what,
assassin
like assassin,
or a hitman or
like a
something
hitman,
like that?
yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. He was part of an organization, um, but I found it to be a lot better than the Bourne movies. The Bourne movies are good, but like there's so much more of it follows more story. Whereas John Wick, like, yeah, there's a story, and a lot of people give a shit for not really having a huge story, but I don't give a shit. It's an action movie, and that's what it should be. It should be action packed. And I swear to God, I don't remember too many movies like John Wick where it was just like action, action, action.
It
Uh,
pulls it off really good, I think.
yeah. So I'm looking forward to watching the next two. But anyway, about Keanu Reeves, I made a post about him about how he's. I wonder if I have the whole. I was gonna look it up, but I shouldn't. But there's the post I put on there is like Keanu Reeves is like he's a prime example of how we should treat people and ourselves. And I mean, like, if you when you think of Hollywood stars, like he's an A-lister, and I think that I think a lot of A-listers out there, they tend to get caught up in all the Hollywood drama bullshit, and a lot of them kind of turn out really nasty. But I never like if you look, there's been a lot of videos about Keanu Reeves because he's gotten that recognition for being not just an actor that people like or played characters that people like Matrix, like Leo or Neo from the Matrix and John Wick and all that kind of stuff. But like it's just a fact that he's just a good person and he doesn't he doesn't have to be. He's rich. He could spend all the money on all this fancy stuff, but he doesn't. He rides the subway, and he lives a simple life. And him quoting that's what he said. He likes to keep things simple, and I think he's just a good person, and he has a good heart. And I think like I mean, there's a whole bunch of good people out there, but to see someone that has the opportunity to be nasty and get whatever they want whenever they want, but instead he doesn't feed into all that Hollywood, um, the Hollywood drug I like to call it, where a lot of stars will get into that habit of because you have so much money you don't know what to do with it, and money really does a lot of things to you, and I just really respect Keanu Reeves for that.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he wears street clothes most of the time too, right? Like he's definitely been through some stuff I've heard. But yeah, he's I haven't been a huge fan of Keanu Reeves, but like he does seem like a pretty down to earth, laid back type of person. That's I find that very admirable. In it, I don't think he's a terrible actor or anything. I just don't really. I don't think I've seen like a whole lot of his movies besides like the two John Wick movies.
There's a number.
Maybe The Matrix and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, like back
Yeah.
in the '80s. Yeah,
Well, I guess there's a third John Wick movie, and then apparently they're making John Wick Chapter 4.
I want to see John Wick 3, especially how the second one ended. Have you seen the second one?
I've not seen the second one. Like I said, I only seen the first one.
Okay, I won't spoil anything for you.
Man, John Wick, like Keanu Reeves, like I think like they just picked him. They picked the right guy for it, and he's I don't know. I think ever since the John Wick movies came out, he's just like got so much recognition. But that's why I mean I'm going back to like not just him as an action star, but as just like being a good person. And you see so much of it on videos and pictures and how he's just like if you look at the pictures of of Keanu Reeves with like even women. Like he won't even put his hand around their waist. Even if like they were okay with it, I find that he's just so damn respectful. Like he kind of reminds me of that like kid in school who everyone leaves the classroom. He's like that last one to push all the seats in. Like just he's such like he's just a really respectful guy, and I just find that I think that's where he gets a lot of his recognition from.
Yeah, I can certainly see that. Yeah. Um, I don't. I was reading up on his personal life, but like I can't really remember a whole lot, but I do know that he does like the simple life, especially for an actor, which is not really a whole lot, not really that common amongst other actors and with
No.
their careers. But that's how I would see myself if I were famous. I would want a nice house, but I wouldn't want to overdo it or anything. Like I wouldn't like want a swimming pool in the ceiling or anything, though that would be awesome. But like be kind of a how often would I actually use it? Like you got to think about this this stuff if you ever
Pulling
like do
ceiling.
become a billionaire or anything.
Yeah, I think we all say that, but I think it would be really challenging once you actually have that money. Like, I remember I was talking about to someone at my work one time. We just had some downtime, and I said, I asked him what he would do with like if he got like $30 million. Like, say if he won the lotto, was it 349 or something like that?
I don't follow
I
lottery.
can't remember what the lotto 69, whatever it is. And say he won like 40, $50 million. And he was telling me like all the things he would do. For me personally, if I won like $50 million, well, one, I probably wouldn't work again. I mean, why you wouldn't have
You
to?
wouldn't even with $1 million. You wouldn't really have to work ever again if you invested in it properly.
Well, yeah, and as long as you don't just go blow it all on worthless trash as that movie uh, Big Daddy when the scene where he's like, hey, relax. You know, the $250,000 kicking ass in the stock market. So relax, says
Yeah.
his dad. His dad's like, I hope you don't. I hope you don't spend it on worthless trash. Don't worry, I'm not. And then you can see the scene where he just bought like a new like surfboard, and it's like probably like a $500
Yeah.
surfboard.
I
But
mean, who wouldn't spend money on their hobbies? But
of
like,
course.
I would try to limit myself. Like I mean, the temptation is there,
Mm,
but for me, I don't know. I think I'd have a fair amount of control over the money.
yeah. Well, yeah. I think that for me, yeah, of course, I think if I won right now, $50 million just flew from the fucking sky. Of course, yeah, I'd be probably moving out tomorrow. I'd be buying a new house, like a new subdivision or something like
Oh
that in
yeah.
Chatham. Of course. Um, but I think that I would still become or not become, but I would stay true to myself, and I wouldn't lose a part of who I am, and that's that me being that positive and good person to other people, and I wouldn't want to lose a part of myself, because I think that's what happens with a lot of people that get a lot of money is they lose part of who they are. And that's why you see some actors or actresses. I mean, like, I know it's not just the money. Like, I understand when you get paparazzi in your face all the time, um, it does get kind of it does get hard at times. I'm sure it does. Like, you get all that pressure constantly, and you get people yapping, like telling you what to do, and of course it does build up. But I mean, I know there's some actors I've heard of that on set that are just nasty, um, and it's too bad. But I think for me, if I won $50 million, I'd definitely buy a new house in the subdivision, and for sure, I think I still work. I know I said before I don't know, I probably wouldn't work, but I think, yeah, I think now I probably would still work, but obviously it wouldn't be like, you know I'd being as serious like working all the time or whatever. But I think too, I probably give maybe like $20,000 away to like an organization that people who need it. Um, and also I think at times where I do I just do a lot of charities. I probably invest maybe a couple million. You might as well. And I'd probably get myself a new car, and all the works. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else I do. I have too much money.
Yeah, I mean, stuff like that. You really don't want to blow away just for unnecessary stuff, like a huge house just for one person or four people, because like I
Yeah.
know a lot of people with money do tend to do that. Um, but yeah, I would probably uh, give some of that money to my family. If I had $50 million, I'd probably give like at least 2 million to each of my family members.
100%.
And like, yeah, you just, yeah, like I said, you just don't want to become an asshole or blow all that money away on stupid stuff. Um, it's it's something I think of sometimes. Like what if I had that much money, and I would probably I, I'd, I'd probably get a nice house and everything, but I wouldn't get anything like too huge or anything like that.
Certainly not like that. There's a mansion in Chatham. Did you
And
know that?
oh yeah, I assume they're Chatham. Oh my goodness. Chatham is a nice place to retire, but it's not a good place to grow up in. Speaking of the money issue.
Well, there is a mansion in Chatham. Believe it or not, it's I can't remember what the street is. It's like you go down. It's over by like St. Clair Street, like around that area. So you go down McNaughton, and then you go down oh God, I can't remember the road. I forget what or sorry, not road, but street. But there you go down one street, and there'll be another street. But before you go there, I know I'm like not even giving like
Victoria, possibly.
no, not Victoria. I mean those houses are big too, but when I mean mansion, not just big house that were built back in the day. Like you think of like 18th, 19th century or like 1900s, houses were built like that anyway. Like they were built to be big. But I'm talking about like mansion. This house is not Victoria. It's another street. Anyway, you go down and then you go right to the end, and it's like a dead end. We get right to the dead end, and you look, and it's like a big gate. You open up, and like it looks like a man, like it literally looks like a mansion, not just tall and big. No, it's like big, wide, tall. Like it looks like somewhere where Bruce Wayne would live. Maybe not that big, but like it's like it looks. It is a mansion. It has to be.
If I knew the street you were talking about, maybe I could pinpoint it, but I
Yeah,
can't. You know.
I can't think of the street name.
Wow. So, some yeah, Chatham used to be a semi decent town. Now it's just garbage.
Well, like elaborate why. Or
Well,
why do you think so?
I mean, remember back when it had like a when Tecumseh Park, it wasn't anything great. It wasn't anything terrible. But now it's just a bunch of trees and a band shell. Not even a bunch of trees. There used to be a lot more trees there too, like the fountain and everything they had. Chatham got rid of that.
I thought when you were talking
Then
about before when it used to be, I thought when you were talking about before when it used to be all right, like I thought you were talking about when they had the fountain and everything because with the fountain that was nice, but it was so
okay, what about the wheels?
they did
What
that.
about the mall? Everything in there is closing down. But back when everything closed down a few years ago, it was always for something else. Now it's just closing down for the sake of closing down. It seems.
Oh, so like the
It's like
whole
what the
mall's gonna shut down now.
yeah, exactly. Like everything in the mall, I notice is closing down now, isn't it? And, and like I said, Chatham never used to be that great, but it used to have like a little something, you know. But now it's just, it seems like everything in Chatham is just falling apart lately.
Yeah, that's just how it is, right?
Yeah.
Um, I think with like I found like Chatham back when I was a kid was like the miniature of Windsor. Except Windsor has always been thriving and awesome. Um,
Chatham did have certain awesome elements to it.
yeah,
It never was a great city, mind you, but like it did have something, to it did have some good elements about it. And now I almost can't even think of one good element about it.
yeah, like I found Chatham always had some stuff going on. But once the wheels closed down, that was a big one too.
Yeah.
Like wheels was never. I didn't go to the wheels a lot. But when I did, it was awesome. Like it was always something to
Yeah.
do.
Now imagine going there as an adult.
Fuck
You
yeah,
don't
I
need to
go.
ask your parents' permission or to go with friends or just go by yourself now. I mean, but
I don't.
I
Fuck
don't
yeah,
know.
I would have gone. Yeah, even as an adult. Oh yeah.
Have
I
you had
mean, yeah, I'm saying that now because I miss it. But like, probably if it's open, no. I mean, that's for kids. But yeah, as an adult, if they just magically opened up, I'd be like, hell yeah.
yeah.
Did you hear about the River Rock opening up again?
Is it still going to be the River Rock?
That's what they're still calling it. They call it River Rock something something house. I don't know what it is. I really hope they didn't turn the River Rock open to be like trying to think of the bar. I wonder if they're kind of making it seem more like the bar like Friends. I don't think so because I don't see it like the River Rock. I think they wouldn't they wouldn't close and then turn it into a totally different bar. I think for sure they probably from what I heard they did renovations there, which would be pretty awesome because it was kind of like eh.
Yeah.
And I kind of hope with the new renovations and everything that they're going to cut the bullshit that was going on before. Did you ever go to River Rock when it was open?
Once. Yeah.
Okay.
It was for my prom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's all
But
right.
yeah, I noticed they're doing some work on it, and I'm like, are they turning it into something else, or is it still going to be the same place, or is it? You know, how long
Well,
ago did it close down?
well, I think that Okay, well, I know for sure I went there during college and I graduated when I was 20. That was 4 years ago. Um, well, I think it was open until maybe I was 21, 22, maybe. Like, it's been a couple years since it's been closed. It feels longer, but it's only been a couple of years.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, God, I can't remember. Because I remember at one point they're open Fridays and Saturdays, and then it was just open Saturdays, and then after that they closed. Yeah, I might have been 21 when they closed it. I had to have been 21. But I honestly I didn't really mind the bar. Like, yeah, it was all right. But
I don't really remember
honestly,
much about it, to be honest.
well, dude, in my day because when I was 20, yeah, you would have been like 19, 18, right?
Yeah.
About there.
I'd probably 20. I've probably been about 19. I just turned 23, so
Okay,
yeah,
well, yeah, you might have been just turning 19, maybe just before it closed.
yeah.
Okay, well, I just remember the days where it would be like you see people going back and forth to River Rock and Spanky's, like, and that was Saturday night. Like, it was Saturday nights downtown was freaking nuts. Like, every single weekend was fucking crazy. Um, and like Friday nights were all right, but Saturday nights were just insane. Like, it was insane how many people were at River Rock, and I think when they reopen it, that weekend's just gonna be like insane because so many people miss that place. Even though there were so many fights and BS going on there. I think a lot of people really do miss it, truly do miss it, and I think that it's gonna be crazy busy when it opens up again. 100%.
Could be. I mean, I remember it looked nice. That's the only thing I remember about it. And the outside patio.
Yeah, it wasn't bad to be honest with you. Um, the inside wasn't too bad. The outside patio actually, yeah, it wasn't terrible. Like that front was kind of shitty looking, which I don't understand what made them decide to close it for so long.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just gonna, keep reopen it again as the same essential bar or whatever it was, why not just do some renovations and then just do some renovations, reopen it?
Yeah, I haven't really read a whole lot about it, but I want to guess that they might have done some renovations there. They could have, or they might have. I just don't understand why they would have closed for so long. I don't know. I don't know if it was a case of they weren't making enough money, but that's bullshit because they were making a lot of money there.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, it doesn't make sense for them to keep it closed as long as they did, but I can see them doing some renovations and then reopening it,
Yeah.
but the point is they're reopening it. It's another thing at least.
How about like, have you ever went to like, have you ever gone out to Windsor at all?
Oh yeah, yeah.
What would be your favorite bar in Windsor?
Uh, was the Bowling Barrel?
There's a Bowl and Barrel, yeah.
Yeah. I don't really know the bars that well in Windsor. I just know the Bowling Barrels where I would go with my friends every time we were in Windsor.
Yeah, I think I remember you telling me a story about you guys going to Windsor. Um,
Oh, probably.
yeah, no, I remember a lot of those. I remember a lot of those nights us all going out there and oh frick, that was nuts. Oh, I think I won't forget that. I will never forget the time where I think what happened was I said I was gonna order. We all went back to Daryl's when we went out to Bob's, and then like Bob's bar out back, and we went back to Daryl's, and I said I was gonna order pizza, and everyone got excited, but I didn't order it. I didn't put the order to Daryl's house. I put it to my house.
Oh
So I
my
ordered
goodness.
like two large pizzas. Like I was so drunk, and I put the order to my house that said Daryl's, and then I went. I was gonna walk home, and I don't know what. I think I was just really drunk, and I didn't know what was going on. And then I think I realized I ordered it to my own house. So I was like, okay, well, whatever. And then,
More
but
pizza for me when I get home.
exactly.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got home, it was like ready on my doorstep. I was like, oh my god, magic. And It was great. It was awesome. But like, oh my god, so many freaking good stories. It was good times. The
Oh yeah.
Bob nights were good. I'll never forget the one where he came back and then we got all fucked up and then we came back here trying to do a podcast and you kept saying, "Oh yeah, put it online, buddy." I'm like, no, man.
That's yeah, that's a pretty bad idea.
I wish I still had that recording. I don't. I don't
Oh
think I
no,
have it.
oh.
Honestly, if I did, oh my god, that'd be because that was a freaking good podcast. As much as it was we were drunk as hell, that was
I don't
freaking
even
fun.
remember what it was about.
I don't think it had to do with anything. We were just really really drunk.
Um, yeah, man. Any anything you're excited for this year?
Excited for this year.
Yeah,
Not really.
not really.
Not really, to be honest with you.
No.
Like I think, I guess like yeah, I'm getting excited about the UFC 239. That's what it is, 239. It's in July. It's July 9th, I think. July 6th, July 9th, whatever.
What is that?
It's the John Jones and uh, um, John Jones and Maheta Santos, and then Holly Holm and Amanda Nunes. That'll be a good fight, and the whole card is just is unreal, and I'm looking forward to it. And then Sean O'Malley's fighting too. I can't wait to see that guy fight again. He's freaking awesome. Sugar Sean, they call him. I fucking love that guy. And then there's a couple other, there's like the whole card is stacked, and then the prelims are like stacked. So I'm looking forward to that. And I just happen to get that weekend off, which I'm like, oh my god. So I'm just like, it's awesome.
That's always a good feeling when you get the weekend off that something's happening.
100%.
Yeah.
But I got the Friday night off too, and I got Saturday off. So I am excited. It's gonna be awesome. And yeah. But other than that, there's not really anything I'm looking forward to. Like, I mean, like, I'm sure, when there's things going on, like, yeah, sure, I'm looking forward to it. But as of right now, there's nothing, like, that's got me, like, giddy or anything. Like, I'm not,
Yeah.
like, looking forward to anything yet. How about you?
Couple upcoming movies. That's about it, maybe. Right now, I'm just trying to. Oh yeah.
Which movies, though, are we talking about?
Oh The Rise of Skywalker and.
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody's.
That's the only one thing that comes to my mind right now. I wanted to see the new Godzilla movie, but.
I watched it online.
Oh yeah, is that any good?
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought that like it was not a remake, but I thought it was like a totally different story. But it's like a sequel in a way. It's just totally different new characters, except for the one Japanese guy. Uh, Ben want to be
And Watanabe.
want yeah
Yeah.
yeah yeah yeah. Other than him,
I heard the
that's
fight sequences weren't that good, and like you can barely see a thing.
yeah. Well, when I was watching online, that's what it was kind of like, and I thought maybe part of it was just because of the bad video quality, which probably didn't help. But
Or
the fighting was like a
yeah,
snooze
I heard it
fest.
was like all up in your face, just like
Yeah, like it's like, can you get any closer to my fucking eyes? Like,
yeah.
please. But
Yeah, hopefully the next Godzilla movie they decide to make is takes place during the day and at a reasonable distance.
well, I think what they're setting up for is the King Kong and Godzilla movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna be Godzilla, like a Godzilla movie, or if it's gonna be like a King Kong movie. But if you look at the post credits with the Kong movie, Kong Skull Island, they show like all like the creatures of like all the gods. Like you got like Mothra, and then you got Godzilla, and then obviously you have Kong, right?
Let's be
So
realistic. Kong doesn't stand a chance.
hey, well,
Godzilla breathes fire.
fuck it. It's a movie. They're gonna make it work,
Yeah.
and I think that Godzilla or Kong will find a way. But I think what's gonna happen is the same thing where they had, because they're two very favorite characters. They've both been shown to be like characters that are evil, but characters that everybody enjoys. I think what's gonna happen is kind of like where you saw with Batman and Superman. You see a trailer where they're all fighting and carrying on, and then you see where they team up together to like. But I don't know if that's gonna happen. They're both creatures, but they're gonna team up together to like fight more of the whatever whatever they come up with.
Yeah.
I kind of see that going on, but who knows? They're both kind of like gods, and because they none of them really work together because they're they're all gods, so there always has to be just one to rule, and that's
Yeah.
why Kong rules his island because that's why he doesn't get along with anybody because he wants to be top notch, you know. So
Yeah, exactly, man. Um, yeah, other than that, I want to see John Wick 3. I saw the first two and I thought they were both great.
so what makes the second one so good? You don't have to like tell me the spoilers, but like what is it about it that
Well, it's bigger, if that makes any sense. You get a better look of the organization he used to work for back when he was an assassin, a hitman type of person. It goes a little more in depth with certain aspects of the movie, and it just introduces a whole new look at what the organization is, and just being with him throughout the movie. Um,
So in the first one, you know William Defoe's character, right?
yeah,
So did he betray him and then try to kill him, but then kind of saved him, or did he make it seem like he was going to kill him?
I'm sorry, it's been so long since I've seen the first one. Was Willem Dafoe in that?
Yes,
Really?
yes, and he
Huh.
dies at the end. Well, the guy finds out that well he in the movie you kind of see him help John Wick. He doesn't kill him. He has every chance to, but decides not to.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what it was. But anyway, the contract went up, and the guys visit him and then kill him. And then the one chick that actually you can literally see that she was trying to kill John Wick. They finally kill her ass off, and I was kind of glad because couldn't stand her.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And then I see at the end that John Wick has a new dog or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh yeah, so many people were saying, why is he going to these extreme lengths just for a dog? I mean, like, you don't understand. His wife, his dying wife, gave him that dog so he wouldn't be lonely without her because his wife knew that she was dying.
Well, I think not just that, but fuck, dude. I mean, dog, when you want to fucking rip their balls off?
Yeah, well, exactly, right?
I'm not just looking at it like with the wife giving him the dog, but I mean, if you have a dog or if you have anything that's personal to you and you see someone kill it in front of you, I think any sane person is gonna go insane and be like, "Hey, listen here, motherfucker, I'm going after your ass."
Oh, exactly. I mean, it anything that has any sentimental value for you, you're gonna want to, you're gonna want to gun their ass down.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But I
freaking
know a lot of people were saying that's not much motivation.
okay.
I thought it was enough, even like
It's like who cares what the motivation is? It's a good movie. It's a good action
the
flick.
dog had more sentimental value to him other than just being a dog. Is the bottom
Exactly.
line, yeah.
Well, and exactly the guy's like, it was just a fucking dog. He's like freaking out and stuff. But then he didn't really give two shits when his son got killed.
Well,
But it was more like I don't think he had that same relationship with his son that he did with than John Wick having with his wife, if that makes any sense.
yeah, exactly.
Like it was like, yes, that's my son, and I feel bad, but it's not like I was close with them or whatever. If that makes any sense. Um, I don't know. But yeah, so John Wick or John Wick 2 and 3 I have not seen yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. The new Star Wars movie, I saw the teaser trailer, or yeah, the teaser trailer. I don't know, man. I don't know what to make of it. I kind of have a hit list of things I want to see in the movie.
I know having the Emperor back, could either be a
Is he
pro
back?
or
Sorry.
con for the movie. Regardless, I am actually excited to see Ian McDermott back as Palpatine.
But
I wonder if he's going to be as over the top as he was in the original trilogy and the prequels, or if he's just going to be a more completely new menacing character without all the over the topness that he had in all the other movies that he was in.
um, well, here's a real question: is he actually going to come back, or is it just that laugh supposed to like tease us that he's coming back? But it might just be like a from a flashback scene.
I don't know. I mean, he was trained by Darth Plagueis.
Yeah, that's true. I think you told me that once. Yeah, it's a good theory. I don't know, man. I think they have to really they have to really have it make sense for him to come back. And it's like, why would he come back now? Like, why is it like, so you have the timeline. He got killed in Revenge of the Jedi, or
Revenge of the Sith, or
or
no,
no,
Return of the
Return
Jedi.
of
Yeah,
the Jedi.
Revenge of the Jedi was the original name of it.
Oh God. Okay. Um, Return of the Jedi. Okay. So he got killed in that supposedly, which well he did. Um, Now, okay, so you have about Luke in that movie would have been, and I'm talking about his character. What probably would have been what 2025, right? About there,
20,
or do they
20
actually know?
24, I think. Well, he was 19 in New Hope, 22 in um, Empire, so he'd probably be about 23.
Like, are we talking about the character?
Yeah, the character.
Oh, so they actually did. They actually did reveal his age.
Yeah,
Okay, so you're saying what 23 about? Okay,
he'd be 23. Yeah, I
23.
believe so.
Okay, so you're okay. We're looking about maybe 20 years later, because Kylo Ren's, or maybe 20, maybe
I
22
think it's
years.
30 years later.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. So maybe 30 years later. Because I guess, like, Han and Leia didn't have to have a kid right at that time either.
Yeah.
So let's say, well, let's flash forward to 30 years. Why is it like 30 years later that the Emperor just decides to come back? Like, it's almost like, why wouldn't he just come back before? But that, I think it's hard to do that because in The Force Awakens, they might not have planned on bringing back the Emperor at that time. So I guess they, like I said, they have to kind of make it make sense, or they have to kind of get it, the story to make sense for him to come back in. They have to make a idea of how he's going to come back into that movie.
Yeah, exactly. Um, there's all people can do is make theories, right? Like there was some comic books where he was cloned, but
That's not. I don't think that's
I
going to
don't know if
happen.
that's the case. Yeah, and it's like you said, why would he choose 30 years unless he might have been Snoke the whole time? Plot twist. um,
No,
I'm not
It
sure.
wouldn't be Snoke. I don't think.
Snoke, I really didn't even think was that interesting, to be honest.
Well, and that's what I'm thinking. Like, yeah,
I
like,
didn't really care that they killed him off. Like when I saw Last Jedi, I'm like, don't care. It wasn't that interesting. I don't even care about his backstory. He was just there to show Kylo Ren's struggle, you know?
well, yeah, and that's it. Like, he wasn't. He didn't really have a purpose. Like, he it was like almost like let's just shove like a new emperor in there.
I wouldn't say he didn't have a purpose. He was there to show Kylo Ren's struggle, just as the Emperor was there to show Vader's struggle. And you don't hear anybody complaining back then, oh, we don't know who the Emperor is, what's his story or anything.
But then that's why they had the prequels and they
Yeah,
showed
but
him.
this is back when they didn't even know that the prequels were going to even be
True,
made. And this is back, like,
but
and you
back in
got to take into
the
consideration that Disney does own Star Wars. They could make a movie showing Snoke's who he is, and
true.
yeah,
Um, I heard a lot of things like Snoke's gonna be back, and I don't know,
yeah,
but I think like with Snoke, I don't think that's gonna be. I don't think that's actually the Emperor. I think Palpatine is just gonna maybe show up. I wouldn't say Force Ghost. I think the reason why it's so hard is because all we got was the laugh, his laugh. So who knows what that's gonna mean? If it just means a Force Ghost, well, no, he wouldn't be a Force Ghost. But if that comes back as maybe a flashback of a scene, or it just comes back and they just shove that in there because they want. That's the whole point. They want to get people excited about the movie. One thing I was saying before, but like my list of things I want to see, I do want to see a lightsaber duel, like an actual lightsaber against lightsaber duel, like a good one, not just a bullshit 2 minute one. I want to see like one that's like
I thought that lightsaber battle was awesome.
when Last Jedi.
Yeah, in the throne room.
It was pretty cool, but it seemed so.
It wasn't lightsaber against lightsaber.
Yeah, and I think that's what everyone's been so used to.
I didn't mind it, but I have a feeling. I have a feeling they are gonna do a lightsaber against lightsaber
Well,
in
of
this one.
course, it's gonna
Why
be
wouldn't they?
it's gonna be Kylo
Yeah.
Ren and um,
Ray.
Ray,
Yeah.
and Ray, and I think it's gonna be obviously Ray's good. But what if Ray got killed? Could you imagine if they twist that and then he actually killed Ray and then realized what he did and then like kind of turned to the light side in a way? I mean, that would be kind of interesting.
They could have him turn to the light side, or they could just kill him off. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, most likely they're gonna kill him off. Everybody knows how that game's gonna
I
work.
have a feeling he's gonna be brought back to the light somehow.
But and then they both kill the Emperor, or maybe that's what's gonna happen. I don't know.
Don't know.
I don't know. Look how excited I am about getting with this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Regardless, I am kind of curious to see the Emperor again. You know, see see if the makeup's gonna be the same as the other movies and stuff like that
Yeah.
too. And yeah,
Well, yeah. The Lost of Skywalker, or what is it called?
Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker. I think that one is gonna be good. And then there was a couple other movies that are coming up. Oh, the Joker movie. Oh my god, I'm so looking forward to that one. I not. I think it's. I think either a lot of people are gonna be disappointed, or there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna love it. But I think it's one of those movies that isn't so much a DC movie. It's more a regular movie about a guy that becomes a Joker, and it's not going to be what everybody expects it to be like. Oh, well, this doesn't really feel like a DC hero movie. Well, no, it's not. It has nothing to do. It's not like this Joker is going to be tied into the DC universe. It's just based on a study of how the Joker became the Joker. And I know a lot of things don't make add up, like with the timelines, but that doesn't really matter. I think, like I said, it doesn't have to be because it's not has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with the actual DC universe in a sense.
As long as Jared Leto's not back to play him.
Yeah, I find the difference between Jared Leto and just seeing the trailer from Walking Phoenix is that with Walking Phoenix, he actually has become that character. And that's the kind of actor he is. He's a method actor and he's really good at becoming
Yeah,
that
he's
that
not focused
character.
on how crazy and over the top can I be to outdo all the other Jokers like
Exactly
Leto
with
was. Like,
well, and that's it. Because Jared Leto, what he I thought he did a good job as playing a different type of character of the Joker, but he didn't. He just played the character. He didn't become the character, and that's the problem. Is he
never
went too
confuse
over the
energy
top with
with
everything.
passion. Yeah.
Exactly. And you see with Walking Phoenix, like I'm not a big fan of the makeup. I think it's a little weird, but I think that whatever. I mean, I think
Looks too much like a
it's not so
clown.
much the makeup, but the sound, his laugh, and what he's gonna do, and all the crazy things he's gonna do. I think that's gonna be really really cool.
Yeah, he looks too much like a clown. Like even like the final look. Like they. I hope that's not the final look. I hope he just looks like the regular Joker. But you know, he just looks too much like a clown for my taste. Like he doesn't have any blue uh, lines going on his eyes or anything, or a red nose. Like, that's not the Joker to me.
Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, that's just a teaser trailer, and I mean that's just showing. A lot of those
Same
scenes
with
could just be from him as a clown. He does play as a clown in the movie.
yeah.
But I wonder if that's just from the scenes that they show us from when he's just dressed up as a clown. There's a scene where he's running away, and in that scene, like yeah, he still has makeup on, but that could just be from him still wearing the makeup, and then maybe he might change it up a little bit. to what his dark Joker is gonna look
His
like.
signature look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his signature
That's
look.
that's one of the things I didn't like about Jared Leto's either. Is he was covered in tattoos and
Yeah,
actually, I didn't mind the tattoos on his
I didn't like.
body.
I didn't
I
really get
did
it.
the face tattoos and were just a bit too much.
But he was supposed to be like the gangster Joker, so I get that. But it was a little.
Yeah, but he was terrible.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah,
hear you. I didn't mind him. Okay, and that's just me. I didn't mind him. I just think that out of all the Jokers, he was the worst.
yeah, me too. Like I look at him, I'm like,
Like
what are you doing,
you can't
Leto?
really
Like,
fuck up the Joker, but he didn't play the best one either. It's just he just he
you
just
look at
went
like Jared Leto in some
he
movies.
just didn't he went way over the top with the Joker, and it is what it is.
Yeah,
I love Suicide Squad. It's still one of my favorite movies. It's so really really good. It's just I think it was a little downplay. It should have been a little bit more serious. It should have been a little bit more adults. If that make it should have been more made more for adults. It was more like a kiddie kind of movie.
if I'm not mistaken, that's the original intent was to be darker, but after they saw something about the Deadpool movie, they wanted to like, oh, let's add a bunch of comedy in it too, and I'm like, you don't have to be exactly like Marvel to get your point across. I mean,
Yeah,
the DCEU just needs to get their shit together. To be honest, I mean, like, there's so many inconsistencies. Like, do the TV shows connect with the movies, or what's going on?
yeah. I don't know what the problem is. Why the movies aren't that good. The only DC movie that I really enjoyed was Wonder Woman. That was really really good.
What, Man of Steel? You didn't like that?
Not really.
No.
Like it was a good. They played a good. They have a good Superman. But Ben Affleck as Batman, uh, he plays a very good and dark Batman. He plays very like that kind of depressed kind of like. But we need like I really liked the other Bruce Wayne, Christian Bale. I really liked him, but this is what it is.
Ben Affleck's not even going to be playing Batman
No,
anymore.
no, not anymore. No,
They
it's gonna
want
be
Robert Pattinson or something like
Robert
that.
Patterson. But
Is
it's
it confirmed that he's going to be Batman?
yes,
Or
yes.
I mean, I could see it. Yeah, he kind of seems a bit young for me, but I don't know.
But I think too with Robert Patterson, like everyone's like giving him shit because he was in Twilight and
Yeah, but
played
come
all these
on.
characters. But is it possible? Like it's interesting when you see a lot of these characters that play in movies and you think, oh no, that's not gonna be good, and oh he did this and that, and then you look at it, it's like wow. I'm trying to think of a really good example of that. I can't think of anything to the top of my head, but like I've seen movies where even coming from my own mouth, like I've seen actors or actresses where they're gonna play a role. I'm like, God, no, don't. And I look, I'm like, wow.
Oh, look at Heath Ledger's Joker. Everyone didn't want to see him.
Yeah, yeah, that is
He was
interesting
known as a
because
pretty boy and everything like that.
yep.
And then,
And then you look at him and he just like I still don't think there's anything that tops I was supposed to say Jared Leto, Heath Ledger's Joker. There's no. I mean, Jack Nicholson played a really good like Joker, like that joke too
he was
much,
a gangster.
like a gangster. Yeah,
And
played like joke too much. But Jared Leto was the best for like that deep Joker, dark Joker kind of storyline. Even much as he joked around, all the jokes that he was doing was so dark. I remember when I went to go see it. It was in 2008. I think I would have been grade 8, grade 9. And I went to see it with my mom, and when she watched the trailer, and she's like, "Oh my god!" Like it really took her breath away, like how dark the movie was gonna be. Because we watched the first one, Batman Begins. It was more like just a regular Batman movie, which I still like that
I
franchise,
still
the
thought I
Christopher
thought Batman
Nolan.
Begins was great. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but as soon as you saw the joke come in, it was like, wow, like how dark that was. And and then when everyone saw Heath Ledger as the Joker, everyone's like, wow, like no way, like that's Heath Ledger. But even like when you saw the scene with him with no makeup on, I couldn't even tell that was Heath Ledger there. Like they did such a good job even with making the scars and trying to not show him so much as Heath Ledger, and I think that's what they were trying to go for too, was trying to get him away because what do I call him?
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
That's his name.
No, I know. I just thought I said something else before that. With Heath Ledger, he was just so known, like you said, as a pretty boy in a lot of these movies, and he was always known to play certain characters. And then I think they were trying to like make sure that even if they showed a scene with him without any makeup, that they didn't want to get that idea of like that's Heath Ledger. They wanted to kind of get away and just show him as a regular. I don't know. It's hard to explain. If it makes any sense. Because most of the time he's in makeup. Most of the time he's in makeup, but the one scene where you can see a close up on his face without any makeup, you like if you really look at it, you can tell that's Heath Ledger. But even then, they even did like stuff. They put stuff underneath his eyes to kind of
Like
hide.
bags. So
Yeah, like to kind of hide him from being Heath Ledger. Um, so yeah, I don't know.
It's a shame he didn't even get to see his own performance.
No, he didn't.
No.
And I think I heard.
Did he? I don't know. I mean,
No.
because like there are early screenings for the actors, aren't there? But
No,
he died like
actually,
in January or something, like January 2008, and
well,
the movie got released in what was it, July?
I'll explain it to you. With with Heath Ledger, he actually didn't finish his filming, all of his filming scenes. When they left him hanging up like that, they were supposed to show a scene with him in Arkham Asylum or like Arkham like Penitentiary, whatever they call it, and they were supposed to have that scene in there, but he just happened to die before they filmed that. That's just what I heard a long time ago. But that's what I guess that's what happened.
It's sort of like the same deal with The Crow. Did you ever see that?
What's that?
Did you ever see The Crow?
Oh, with Lee, right?
Yeah, Brandon Lee,
Brandon
Bruce
Lee.
Lee's son.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got killed during the filming, and yeah, he didn't have all of his scenes filmed yet, but the majority he did.
Right. So how did they fill the rest in?
Probably had a stunt double or something like that. I mean, it wasn't like any huge scenes that he needed to fill in or anything, but
Oh, well then that's all right.
yeah.
You ever like look at like movie mistakes and when you see like the stunt doubles instead of the regular actors, like
Yeah.
like people will break it down in a video and they'll show you like little scenes where like they'll show a part where you see the actor and then you see him run or do something and then you for like the couple split seconds you can tell it's not even the actor or actress. It's like it's their stunt double and it's so obvious. There's a scene
My
from
face all of a suddenly swapped with someone else.
yeah. Well, in the movie Titanic, there's a scene where they're in the ship, and with Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet, there's a scene where they're rushing in the water, and then you can definitely you get. There's no question about that it was stunt doubles. If you split for a second, you can see that. You can see that the one girl is not Kate Winslet, and the other guy is not Leonardo DiCaprio. You can clearly tell that they're not that they're the stunt doubles, and I'm like, wow. Like, but in the movie, you wouldn't have thought of it. You just thought it looks kind of weird at first, but it happens so fast that you don't see it.
Yeah, they film it in such a way that you as an audience don't really even notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm looking forward to the Joker movie. There's a couple of movies I'm looking forward to, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm looking forward to the summer, enjoying the summer and
Yeah, once it stops raining. I don't know. I think I'm being too hard on it. It has had a few days where it's just mostly sunshine. But
like
after like all the rain we've had, it's like, can't you just go away for the rest of the season?
I know, like it's like
we've had enough of you.
well, yeah, I mean like it's Like I do remember like there's been seasons where it would rain a lot in May, but by June it was you're gonna get rainy days, but for the most part it was usually pretty sunny. Like our grass usually starts to get dry and shitty by the end of June. It's still looking great because we're getting so much rain, which in a way it's kind of a pro, but the con is that fuck everyone's tired of the rain.
Exactly, man.
Everyone's fucking tired of the rain. Like gosh.
I don't want to like whine about the weather too much. Yeah, I know there's nothing I can do about it, but fuck.
Yeah.
When's all the shit gonna stop?
Well, I heard on July 1st, like Canada Day is supposed to be a really, really nice day. I looked on the weather. It's supposed to be a beautiful day, so I'm pretty excited about that.
I heard this is the first of 4 days that it's supposed to rain in a row.
Uh,
Weather can change though. Like, I look, I have the weather app on my phone. And I look, and
right.
tomorrow is usually the most accurate. The day after it says something, and then like you get to the other day, and you look at that same day, and it says something else. So.
Yeah. Who really knows what it's gonna be?
Yeah,
It
exactly.
very well could say 4 days in a row it's gonna be hot as hell and gonna be sunny, clear sky, everything. And then those next 3 day, 3 out of those 4 days, it's all rain. So
Yeah.
you can't really you can't really go by any weather, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
anyway, I think we're gonna cut it here, and just wanna before we end this, I want you guys to check out Envision Clothing Company. It's an awesome company, great clothing. I'm wearing one right now. If you want to get a sweater with a donut on it, you better get one soon. They just had a new launch, and they got a new clothing line up here, so you can click in the description and check it out. All right. Well, thanks for being on my podcast,
Yeah,
man.
I
Again,
enjoy
it's
this.
always
Yeah,
it's always a
thank you.
joy having you on, man.
Yeah, thank you, Luke.
Alrighty.